What you hold is a miracle of ink, steel, and secrecy. A tiny rectangle worth a lot. Millions made, millions moved. But how is it built? In the next minute, the dollar will stop being magic. It becomes a machine. This is a story of design, chemistry, and precision. From cotton threads to micro-etchings, from secret plates to government vaults. We'll follow one bill from blank pulp to your wallet and reveal the surprising decisions behind every tiny line. Money is ordinary. We fold it, we lose it, we tip with it, we hide it. Yet every bill is the product of meticulous engineering. Governments guard it. Designers fight counterfeits. Engineers push limits. This is how nations put trust into paper. Everything starts with a line. A designer draws a single stroke. That stroke decides a face, a border, a world. Design is politics and poetry. It says who we are, what we value, what we trust. Designers choose portraits, fonts, and invisible counters, features visible only under lenses. They decide where a security thread will live. They choose microtext that no human eye reads, but machines can. And they test, and revise, and test again. Money isn't printed on ordinary paper. It's made on cloth, cotton and linen, fibers woven tight. Why cloth? Because fibers tear differently. Wear is familiar. Counterfeits stand out. Papermakers blend cotton and linen, add colored fibers, and weave a watermark into the sheet. Special threads, security thread, are embedded. The result? A substrate that looks simple but resists fraud, machines, and time. Engraving is the heartbeat. It makes texture. It makes depth. It makes a dollar feel alive. The portrait you rub with your thumb? That's intaglio. Master engravers carve negative images into steel. The channels hold ink. When pressed, the ink blossoms onto paper, leaving raised lines. These raised lines you feel with your finger, a simple anti-counterfeit trick that machines and printers can't easily copy. Printing is choreography, plates and rollers, ink and pressure. Several printing methods work together like an orchestra. There are three main print families: intaglio for raised portraits and intricate lines, offset for soft background coloring and multicolored areas, and letterpress or flexographic presses for serial numbers and seals. Each pass layers features that are hard to separate. Security is a game of layers, not just one trick, dozens, each one small. Together, impenetrable. Common features include security threads, watermarks, microprinting, color-shifting inks, raised intaglio printing, micro lines and guilloche patterns, ultraviolet features, micro lenses or 3D ribbons, and special inks visible only to machines. Modern notes use combinations, making counterfeiting exponentially harder. Each bill gets an identity, a unique serial number, a stamp that links it to the moment it was printed. But that's not all. Every sheet goes through inspection. Humans and machines search for imperfections. Automatic vision systems scan for ink flow, misregistration, torn edges, and missing security features. Any anomaly? Reject. The rejected pieces are shredded. Only the best make it to circulation. Now the sheet becomes a bill. A guillotine blade sings. One sheet becomes many, then bundles, then pallets. After printing, large sheets are precisely cut. Bills are collated, counted, and banded into standardized bundles. Bundles are weighed, records updated, then they are boxed and palletized for transport. Printing is not the end, it's the middle. Who gets the money? Who moves it? That's the critical act. An issuing authority, commonly the central bank, receives the new stock. They decide distribution. Cash is shipped under armed escort to regional banks and vaults. They replace worn notes, meet seasonal demand, and keep an audit trail of every pallet. A banknote lives a life. It circulates, it ages, it returns, it dies. And then the cycle repeats. Different denominations have different lifespans. Small bills move more often and wear faster. Coins outlast notes. The central bank tracks life expectancy and orders replacement batches accordingly. A banknote lives a life, It circulates, it ages, it returns, it dies, and then the cycle repeats. Old notes are authenticated and shredded into tiny pieces. The process is audited, records kept. Sometimes shredded paper is pulped and recycled, but the process is designed to be irreversible. Counterfeiting is not an idea, it's an industry. And for every new feature, counterfeiters invent a workaround. This is an arms race. Governments continuously update features. They make printing more complex, embed machine-readable elements, and partner with law enforcement and banks. Yet, counterfeits persist, usually low-quality fakes that are easily spotted. The goal is to make a counterfeit's cost exceed its reward. Behind every bill is a person. The engraver who studied a face for months, the mill worker who mixes fibers at 4 a.m., the inspector who refuses a batch because of a freckle. Money is not only a technology, it's a human contract. These people protect trust. A democracy depends on trust. Printing money is not just manufacturing, it is keeping a promise. Here are truths you won't expect. Some security threads contain metal that makes the note detectable by machines miles away. Color-shifting ink is chemistry that reacts differently with light angles. Some master engravers can carve portrait lines so thin they're invisible to the naked eye, yet essential for authenticity. Counterfeiters have been making copycats for centuries, but modern features make high-quality counterfeits rare and expensive. The math favors the state. $1 is a promise. It says, "We believe. We will trade value for value." That promise is paper, ink, and sweat. But the real power, it's trust. When you fold a bill, remember, you hold an agreement between strangers. You hold a small piece of engineered faith. Treat it carefully. If this gave you a new respect for the tiny rectangle in your pocket, hit like. Subscribe for more stories where science and society collide. Comment. What surprised you most about how money is made? And if you enjoyed the craft, share this video with someone who still thinks a printer and scissors can make $1.